What is up, boys? It's your boy Hammer Baby back at it again with another video, and today I'm doing a Brawlhalla scythe read tutorial. I'm just here recording an intro because I had to tell you I'm sick while I was recording this. So while I'm recording this intro, but I'm a little bit sick. So if you hear me sniffling, you hear me coughing, sorry about that, boys. It's just I was a little bit sick, so gotta get over that, and I'm doing it right now. Can't help it. But yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What the hell? Destiny 2. Uh, no clue anything about Destiny, but these prices are kind of outrageous. That's actually insane. Like, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty cool, but that is pretty... What? Who is this? Onyx. Warlock is Lord Varax. Hunter is Lucian. I mean, they're pretty deserving of crossovers, but am I getting this shit? Fuck no. Dodge reads are one of, if not the most important things in Brawlhalla to master. If you can get your dodge reads down, then if you can read a dodge 9 out of 10 times, then you probably would never lose a fight, right? Because dodge reads are essentially what separates a noob from a pro. So for scythe, there is what I like to say. What I like to say for every weapon is that there is two types of moves. Oh, well, there is a specific type of move, and I call them dodge reading tools, right? So, for example, for scythe, we have our best dodge reading tool being neutral light is one of our best dodge reading tools. So neutral light is a really good dodge reading tool. Other than neutral light, a lot of people like to use downlights as a good dodge reading tool. I like to use sidelight as a good dodge reading tool. By sidelight I mean active input or sidelight kick up. Either or are really good dodge reading tools. So that's a good dodge reading tool. That's a good dodge reading tool. But probably the most flashy dodge reading tool is nair. Alright. Let me start with the neutral light being one of the best dodge reading tools in the game and how it can be very useful. So I'm going to set the bot reaction to random. Now, later on in the game, I kind of I mix in reads with reactions. So like, see, nowadays I just try to react to the dodge that I see come out. Okay, well, this guy just wants to dodge up for some reason. So I just try to go with the flow, you know? If I hit here, I see that reaction, I'm just going to react to that. Hit here, dodge this way, and I missed it. Do that, neutral dodge. Dodge down. See, that time I went for a read. I expected a down dodge, but it didn't happen, right? Oh, my dash didn't come out. But yeah, name of the game is essentially just reading dodges or reacting to dodges. So let me get into neutral light. So neutral light, we set the bot to random, right? For example, with neutral light, most dodges can be caught with a chase dodge. So for example, if we got a neutral dodge with neutral light, you get that. That is your easiest follow-up. But usually with a neutral dodge, your best bet is to go into another neutral light. Because then you can get a full combo off, you feel me? And, that's obviously goated. You want to be getting these full combos off. You want to be doing this damage. You want to be always aiming to do as much damage with every single combo as possible. But with Scythe, the thing is, you can then go and turn this around and turn it into a 0 to death. Because, like, neutral dodge is coming. Okay, I can turn that into whatever it is. But yeah. That's the neutral dodge for neutral light. Up dodge for neutral light is a special case. You can follow an up dodge with a jump, or you can follow it with a chase dodge up. Completely your choice. Some people prefer a chase dodge up. And a jump which is what I'm used to. I usually just do the jump read. Makes life pretty simple, pretty easy. Next, a dodge out, a dash end light. As you can see, you end light, dash end light. But you don't, so you don't want to do that. You don't want to chase dodge. You want to dash end light, right? Dash end light. As you can see, simple. Now, a dodge down. Once again, end light. Dodge down, end light. Dodge down, end light. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. And then a dodge left. It's as simple as that. Turn around, then you want to hit him with another end light. Turn around, hit him with another end light. And the reason, and once you hit him with the end light, guess what? Free damage all day, every day. You might read another dodge. You might even take him into a 0 to death for all I know. You know, depending on what stage you are in the game, you know, you could do whatever you feel like to them. But yeah, now these types of dodges, like upright, this is when like stuff gets a little more fancy. But usually with like an upright dodge, they're in the air and they've exhausted their dodge, right? So basically at this point, all you have to do is kind of just follow them and make sure you hit them before they hit the ground, because then they won't recover their dodge in time, and then you basically can get a free combo. But if you really want a consistent upright thing, I believe that it's a little bit difficult, but it's up, right dodge, and then reverse nair, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's something like that, which is sort of consistent dodge read for an upright dodge, but it's in terms of like, you know, benefits, like risk to reward, sort of diminishing returns. It's not really worth to do all this just to catch that one dodge. When they do that, you can literally just step forward, right? You can literally just, all right, I'm gonna catch their dodge right here. Simple as that. So with that type of dodge, you kind of just want to catch them before they hit. Down right, it's the same as if they were dodging right. You just want to hit a dash forward and light. As you can see, dash forward and light, dash forward and light. Down left, usually you just want to turn around and light. It's because you see, down they're coming towards you, so it's completely fine. If it's up and left, that's when things are a little difficult. I guess you would probably want to hit him with a reverse nair would probably do best here. Or you could hit him with a GCM light, which probably would be best for me personally. But I wouldn't read for these types of dodges, right? Most people tend to just dodge up, down, left, right. If you see a dodge that, like, you know, where they do this, usually it's just a case that they're just trying to run away, which means you can just follow up and then you can hit them once and they've exhausted their dodge, which means you can get a full combo off or even a 0 to death. But once again, that's basically everything for Endlight. Anyway, let's get on to the next best dodge reading tool on Scythe. So for the next best dodge reading tool, I have Sidelight, but not regular Sidelight, not regular Sidelight. It's active input Sidelight or kick up Sidelight. Because kick up Sidelight will just follow up into your Endlight reads, right? Like I just told you. See? Just follow up with an end light, or if it's a dodge up, whoops. If it's a dodge up, just jump, right? Follow up with your end light reads. But if it's active input where you kick them out to the side, that's where things get a little different. So, this is why Sidelight is great, because it's good for mix-ups, and they don't know what you're going to do. So, for example, for Sidelight, we're going to do active input Sidelight where you're holding side, so you kick them out to the side like this. Right? Because the other one is the same reads for neutral light reads. But here it is. So for neutral dodge, there's two things that you can do. Now, depending on what you're aiming for, right? If you want to go for a 0 to death, you can follow up with another Sidelight. As you can see, now you just take them off the stage, take them to their death, right? But if you wanna do something a little more, just to rack up damage, what you can do is either a reverse neutral light. Nope. If I can hit it right. Right? Like that. Or what I like to do is just a dash neutral light. without having to reverse the neutral light. Now, I'm going to tell you the real quick input for like a reverse neutral light like that. It's kind of hard, but basically what you want to do is you want to dash forward. And then when you dash forward, what you want to do is you want to hold up and then the opposite direction at the same time while inputting your attack. Because if you hold up an attack, you'll do a neutral light. Now, this is obviously, you can't have hold up to jump or up to jump on when you're doing this, right? So you can't do that. This is when I'm holding W right now and I'm not jumping or anything. So it will always read, if you're holding W and you're on the ground, it will be a neutral light, right? So if you do that, there you go. There you go. You see, you get this turnaround neutral light, which is very useful. As you can see, very useful. Many reads coming from a neutral light, neutral dodge read. Because neutral dodge is basically like, against scythe, it's basically like killing yourself. Oops, wrong way. Now we'll go up. So for Sidelight, up dodge, it's kind of difficult. It's more so, up is very strange. Because when you dodge up, you're usually doing it for a good reason. I don't know how to explain, but an up dodge is usually a dodge where it's not the safest dodge. Up dodge is probably the one of the least safest dodges. Against scythe, the least safe dodge is to dodge in. Everybody knows a dodge in against scythe is like death. Especially if you're a scythe main, you know dodging in against a scythe will kill you. But an up dodge is really hard to read with this tool. What the hell? Why did you just neutral dodge it? So with Sidelight, the best dodge read tool I have is a dash. It's a chase dodge nair into reverse, or just chase dodge nair. So basically, if you know this combo, which I had in my combo video, my 3 basic scythe combos, which is the D light into chase dodge nair, it looks like this. So I'm inputting the nair bit of it there, that bit right here. Hold on, not the downlight, the nair. I'm inputting the nair into the combo, and that is basically what makes it really, that's what gives this read a little bit of its difficulty, but it's also not something you would want to read technically. So if I this is where reading gets a lot more complicated, but essentially if you know that your opponent is going to dodge up, right, for example, if I know my opponent likes to dodge up, I'm not going to do this read because this is a terrible read. So if I know my opponent likes to dodge up, I'm going to hit him with one of those, because as you can see, taking them off stage, taking them 0 to death, follow up, get a crap ton of damage. You see, I know what read I want to go for what situation I'm in. And that's usually how you want to be thinking when you're playing Scythe or you're playing Gauntlet. So you're playing any weapon where it's like a very string-based weapon. You know? You have to know what read is best for what situation. And that's why, in this case, up read is really bad. But that's how you do it. If you want to know, that's how you do it. A dodge right read, very simple. It's just taste dodge, neutral light. Nothing more to it. That's about as simple as that. So I'm gonna leave you with that. And then a dodge down read is the exact same as a neutral dodge read. So do whatever you feel like. Dash and light doesn't really work, but yeah. Oh yeah, and dodge in read is also really easy. It's just turn around and do the same thing the other way, or just neutral light, depending on what, you know, where you want to take them. You want to take them to build up damage, then do this. If you want to, you know, take them off the stage, work with them a bit, yep, do that. Upright, once again, these dodges, they just get more and more minuscule, but I believe you can follow it up with a neutral light. Down right, which will be a down dodge, but it will be an out dodge because, you know, they're against the stage. Follow it up with that. Down left will be an in dodge, so follow it up with that. And then up left will also be an in dodge. Oops, will also be an in dodge, so follow it up with that. Oh, Wrong move. Followed up with that. And then neutral light. So those are basically the read tools that I recommend every beginner learning. Because those will essentially lay the foundations for how to learning how to read, what reads you should use when, where you want to take your opponent, how to rack up damage, all these things that every beginner, I believe, a mid to late gold and an early plat should have a good understanding of in order to progress well in the game. But now I'm going to get into a little more complex reads, and this will be probably for the early to mid plats where you want to learn these, and you should probably already know these if you're at that level, because that's when the game gets sweaty, simply put. Yeah. Anyway, so the next read that the read tool that we're going to use is nair. So nair is an amazing read tool, and this is specifically for reverse nair. Now, against a bot in training, right? 90% of the times, I'm saying 90% because it depends. If I do it from here, for example, the bot thinks the stage is there. So you'll know this if you do training in scythe. If you do scythe training, not training in scythe, what the fuck? If you do training with your scythe, you'll know how the bots will work. So I'll know, for example, if I do this from here, I know the bot will jump, right? So this is where a different type of read comes in, and now it's a jump read or a do nothing read or a fall read, right? I call it a fall read, but there's jump and a fall read. So for example, reverse nair follows up. I'll get into the dodge reads, but straight after reverse nair, the opponent has two options: jump like the bot just did, as you can see, immediately jumps after, or if I move the bot over, the bot won't jump and just fall down, right? So the two follow-ups to that is very simply, if they choose to jump, right? Actually, we'll do fall first. Actually, we'll do jump first. I can't fucking make up my mind. But if they choose to jump, you go a dash recovery. That's your follow-up. Dash recovery. As you can see, don't worry about the dodge windows. Dodge windows don't matter because they chose to jump and you're hitting them here, right? That's your jump read. Now, if they do a fall, this is your fall read. Downlight. Now, on stage, you hit a downlight, but even if they do fall and they're going off stage, you just do a down air instead. Now, I don't know if I can get the bot to do one right now. So this is when reading gets a little more complex, because there can be jump reads, they can be fall reads, then they can be dodge reads, and then there can just be other shit like wake ups. Like for example, even if you hit this, right, they could just randomly, instead of deciding to get hit, they might just do a you know uh they might just choose to do a wake up. Now, wake up is basically, if you're mid combo and you know you can dodge out, instead of dodging, you just randomly throw out an attack, and that's called a wake up attack, right? It's to wake you up because you can't string this person; they're gonna just immediately wake up out of the string. So yeah, that's about the reads for jump and fall for reverse nair. Now let's get into the actual dodge reads of reverse nair. So for example, dodge reads for the reverse nair are very complicated to say the least. So now this is once again where picking what type of read you want to do for depending on what your opponent does. Like if I know my opponent's gonna do a neutral dodge, I would probably just read this, right? Because it's easier. But for example, on here, a neutral dodge, your best follow up from this into a neutral dodge is a GC end light. Not end light, sorry, GC sidelight. I'll show you now. That's your best follow up. Forgot to let him touch the ground so he gets his dodge. So if you know they're gonna end like neutral dodge, that's your best dodge. A GC, you can do a GC end like I guess, but not really worth when you're already in the motions. You're kind of aiming for a 0 to death. So what makes this a little more difficult is that, as you can see, I'm inputting a jump here so I can level out my dodge, level out my gravity cancel with them, and basically you have to time it so that once you input it, the dodge frames will be over, so that you can actually, you know, hit them and take them to where you need to take them. But yeah, that's neutral dodge read, a little more difficult. This is a much more advanced reading tool, but it is also what will basically build the foundation for most 0 to deaths in this game, because most 0 to deaths are built off of a reverse nair like dodge read, and that will take you basically everywhere you need to go. Now up is essentially the same as a jump, so I have the bot set to jumping right now so I can show you with that. But yeah, essentially it's just a recovery as well. Very simple, very easy. Make sure you practice both sides equally. You know, you don't want to be able to do a dodge read on one side where you can't do it on the other. So, yeah, up, really easy. Let's put this guy back to stand. Let's go dodge read right. So, dodge read, we'll call this a dodge read in for now, because a dodge read out and dodge read in, obviously right dodge is different depending on what side you are on. If I'm on this side and they dodge right, it's a dodge in. If I'm on this side and they dodge right, it's a dodge out. But in this scenario, when we do a reverse nair, that actually becomes a dodge in, because now we're on this side, right? So you gotta understand that, like, you know, the dodges will change depending on where you are. But we'll call this a dodge in read, okay? This is a dodge in read. Don't think of it as right. Think of it as dodge in read. So dodge in is very simply a jump reverse nair. Very simple. It's very good. A very effective read tool. They dodge in. All you gotta do is just a jump reverse dare. So after you hit the nair, just jump reverse dare like that. But you want to keep your momentum going forward though. You don't want to kill your momentum, right? You wanna keep it going forward so that you can carry them off the stage or to their death. You know. Make sure you read the dodge. And not make sure you read the dodge. Make sure you take them to their death. Or, you know, 0 to death, rack up damage, do whatever you want. Because obviously you don't have to take them out to the side. You can always just follow up with, you know, if my guy wants to dash, you can just follow up with a regular dare. You don't have to, you know, active input them away. If I can hit it. See, you don't have to do it. I already got them to orange, you know? I caught the dodge in read. I would only usually continue the dodge in read if I hit the nair here and I take them, and then I dodged in read them here, because I can hit them with a sair, and then maybe if they jump a recovery. If they don't, then they're down here. But that is a whole another fucking complex ass conversation. If you want to learn 0 to deaths, leave a like on this video, drop a sub, you know, whatever, you know, let me know in the comments if you want to see a video explaining dodge reads that lead to 0 to deaths, or just simple 0 to deaths to learn on Scythe that can be done probably around mid gold, to be honest. A mid gold could learn how to do these 0 to deaths. Maybe a late gold, maybe even an early gold could learn. You just have to be very mechanically proven. But anyway, leave a like and let me know in the comments if you want to see the 0 to death guides. I can give you many 0 to death guides. But yeah. Anyway, back to the video. So the dodge in, very simple. Once again, it's literally just a reverse dare. Follow it up however you want. I normally, you know, muscle memory, I normally follow it up out. But if you want to, you can follow it up into the stage. And I can't hit it right now. Yeah, see, this is why, like I said before, you need to carry your momentum. Otherwise, you won't hit the dodge read. But yeah. So, down dodge. Now, a down dodge is hit very simply. Same thing as a fall with a dare. It's very, very simple. It's really essentially the same thing as a jump and the same thing as a fall read. You know, a jump is the same as an up read, and a fall is the same as a down read, and you know, vice versa. You know, boom. Yeah, and essentially you just carry the bot to their death, or well, in this case it's a bot. Carry whoever you're fighting to their death. Because normally in this situation, like for example, even if I hit it over here, a down read on stage is still a down light read, right? Still the same thing. As I was saying, the down reads are the same as a full read and all that, but you get the gist. Come on, it's pretty simple. Left. Now, we're gonna be counting left as a dodge out in this situation because I'm taking them over to the left, right? So we're gonna count it as a dodge out. Now, a dodge out read is very, in this situation, almost no one will dodge out. Almost no one will dodge out. Because dodging out is insanely risky, especially against scythe. Because think about it. If you dodge out in this situation, not only do you burn your dodge when you're off stage, you only have 2 jumps and your recovery to get back to stage. And the side player will get back first, touch, regain their dodge, everything, then come offside, come off stage, and then grab you, take you to your death, and you've burnt your dodge at this point, right? You can't do anything. So a dodge out will almost never happen against a reverse nair read, reverse nair. But if it does happen, for me, my favorite follow up is genuinely just a dash share, if I can hit. So anyway, like I was saying, a dodge out read will almost never happen, but if you do want to follow up, and once again, it depends on what the player does. If the player jumps immediately after the dodge out read, I believe you can hit a Seer, which is what most people would do, because in this situation, I mean, not a Seer, sorry, you could hit a recovery. See, so if they jump immediately, like the bot does, you can hit a recovery. But if they fall, then you hit a Seer, right? That's when they would probably start stressing, so they might try to jump to recover. But essentially, it all depends on the player, but also in that situation, a dodge out is very rare. Obviously, it can happen, but it's very rare. And if they do dodge out, in most situations, if you follow it up with like a read, for example. So, for example, like let's say I just assumed they were gonna jump. I followed up with that. All right, I've messed up, and well, the bot despawned. But what I was gonna do is here, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna reverse nair. I'm gonna nair, throw them off stage, re-get, coop my drums, come off here, edge guard, ledge guard, edge guard, whatever you want to call it. Simple as that. Really, really simple. But you know, once again, you pick and choose your dodges. You pick and choose what read you're gonna do. If I know they're gonna dodge out, I would probably just follow up with this, right? If I know they're gonna dodge out, I wouldn't do the reverse net read. I would just do that. But if I'm in a situation where I've already done the reverse there and I know they're gonna dodge out, I know what I can follow up with, which is obviously why we're learning all these dodge reads. Anyway, let's continue on. Upright in this situation is gonna be a dodge in, which means, yep, same follow up as you can see. Downright, same follow up, I believe. Now downright changes. So I believe downright is a GC GC Sidelight is probably your best follow up. GC is gravity cancel for sure. If I can, hit a gravity cancel. But yeah, gravity cancel Sidelight is probably your best bet. Yeah, if I was off stage, I would probably be able to hit it a little more consistently, but consistently. But yeah, that's your gravity cancel Sidelight. Down left is an out dodge, in this case, an out and down dodge, which would be followed up with a Seer, I believe, because this is the same as them dodging out and falling, right? Yep. And then a up left is the same as them dodging in but up, which once again recovery. I mean, not dodging in, dodging out but up, which can be followed up with a recovery, like I said before. So once again, those four main dodges you need to prioritize is up, left, down, right. Then the other dodges are basically extensions of the dodges I've already taught you here. So that's gonna be it for this video. Once again, very starting from simplest reads all the way to most advanced. If you stuck through the whole video, I guess you enjoyed it, you liked it, and you wanted to learn a little more, and I hope this video benefits you guys in your gameplay. I mean, I think the best way to get better at playing Scythe is obviously versing, like, just playing the game and, versing high level opponents. But also, if you come across another Scythe player, you can just steal the reads straight from them. I'll be honest, half of these reads, most of them I did, like, make up myself because that's what I like to do. But most of the, like, advanced level reads, like for example, like this read, like right here, I definitely didn't make that up myself. I saw somebody do it, and I saw a video like a long time ago, and I saw that, and then I just took that, and this was when I was gold, and I took that and I started using it, and I realized these reads were OP. And then eventually those reads took me to plat, and then I just eventually built up my read knowledge, game knowledge, all this, and then eventually I got to diamond. But that was ages ago. Now I'm washed. I'm actually dog shit at the game, so uh, it is what it is. But yeah, enough yapping. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It would mean the world to me. And let me know in the comments if you want to see anything else. Explaining zero deaths. Explaining any other weapon in the game. I know how to play every weapon except for the new one, Chakra. I learned a little bit, but yeah. I haven't been bothered to give it a proper try and, like, ranked or anything yet. But yeah. Anyway, boys, that will be it from me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Laters, boys.